Sorry.
Okay. So, we had a few technical difficulties, and it's fine. Don't worry about it.
My bad.
Nah, ain't no big deal. But we just want to make sure it's clear and it's not blurry for anyone. So let's give it a second for everyone to get on. We have a lot to talk about today, Lavita.
We do.
A lot to talk about today.
We hopefully didn't lose you guys.
Things happen. Hey, that's life, right?
It does, right?
This is Facebook Live. We're not ABC. Shoot. If we make mistakes, it's okay.
See, we'll get better at this.
Exactly, right? I remember our first one, remember?
Mm-hmm.
It was like blurry the whole time. We was on airplane mode. It was like, I don't know why it's blurry. But it was.
Okay. Hey, Kendra. How you doing?
Kendra, how are you doing?
I see Rebecca Crooms down in Anderson, Councilwoman in Anderson. Mike Repay, Ron Jones. Hey, guys. Okay, so you want to get started?
Oh, most definitely, Lavita. Go ahead. I'll tell you what. Let me do this. Be doing that.
Okay.
But go ahead and start reading.
Okay, so breaking news.
Breaking.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
my
think we
goodness.
want to discuss. Do we want to discuss the voter suppression first?
Yes.
Okay,
That
I
is a
think
hot
that's-
topic. How you doing, Commissioner Repay? How you doing, sir?
Okay, so we have folk who read the paper online this morning, as well as the paper. It should have been in the hard copy this morning, right?
I'm not for sure how they worked that out, but I mean, it's in legislation regardless. You know,
Okay.
the paper's going to put things in when they get convenient, and I mean, it's convenient for them, and it goes in there. The reason why I'm hesitant right now, guys, I'm just sending a few invites out to a few people to make sure that no one missed what we're talking about. But go ahead. Why don't you read that, Lavita?
Okay, so House Bill 1147, it's being introduced by Representative Harold Slager, who is a representative Republican for Cherville, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. So basically the digest reads, precinct consolidation. Establishes a small precinct committee in Lake County to determine if precincts in the county, just in Lake County now, to determine if precincts in the county that had fewer than 600 active voters as of October 12, 2016, can be combined with one or more adjoining precincts. Requires the committee to establish a proposed plan to consolidate precincts within the county that is consistent with the standards stated in the statute, and submit the proposal to the Lake County Board of Elections and Registration Board. Requires the board to adopt a precinct establishment order implementing the committee's plan. Requires the Indiana Election Commission to adopt a precinct establishment order if the board fails to do so. Specifies when the establishment order takes effect. And
Wow.
so,
Wow.
what does that do, Councilman?
Wow.
What does that do?
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. I'm sorry, everyone. I was inviting a few people.
Okay.
So let's break this down for a second.
Yeah. So we looked at the numbers.
We looked at the numbers. We didn't go over the numbers, and it's staggering.
Absolutely.
Again, it's our, as elected officials, I believe, is our duties to do what we can to keep everyone informed. Not only informed about what's on the docket, but at least try to explain it in some kind of degree.
Right.
I think that's what we need to do. So with that being said, let's look at who sponsored this
Okay.
bill.
All right.
Hal Slager.
All right.
Before we begin, also everyone, we're going to try to make this make it so everyone can get involved. So feel free to call 219-614-0523. I'll post that on live so you can call. After we go over the summary of it, then feel free to call and we can answer your questions and get you a part of this.
Okay.
So, again,
Okay.
219-614-0523. Give us a moment to go over this a little bit, talk a little bit, and then you can feel free to give us a call. We'll put you on speakerphone. Interactive.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Sounds good. So can I give a summary again of the House bill? Basically, is stating that in Lake County only, it's one of 92 counties. Only in Lake County does this law affect us. Okay, so we're looking at consolidating precincts that are less than 600
Less than 600.
registered voters. Correct?
That's key. Less than 600.
Less than 600 registered voters. So let's see who that affects.
Okay. To me, there's two avenues we can look at. But before we get into this, again, let's talk about who wrote it.
Okay.
Hal Slager, representative from Cherville.
Representative from Cherville.
Right now we have the PSAP, 911. Cherville and Cedar Lake are not a part of our 911.
Exactly.
Right now it's in negotiations. I can't talk about too much about being a Lake County councilman. We're in mediation, but they're not a part of this issue. They don't want to be a part of it.
Right.
Okay? Even though we'll save a lot of money, and hopefully Commissioner Repay might be able to chime in when we get to that point. So at this point in time, Al Slager pushed the bill. He does it every year. I understand he represents Cherville, hence Lake County. But anyway, it's two different avenues. I'm thinking about this, Levita. One, by doing this, you're going to eliminate the precinct. So on election day, we want to make it convenient as possible so people can come out to vote.
Right.
Okay? So what we're saying is, hey, senior citizen, if your precinct is under 600, we're going to eliminate that, make you go to another place.
Exactly. Exactly.
So guess what's going to happen? A lot of people are going to just give up. So instead of making it easier for people to vote, we want to say, what can we do to make the democratic process even harder?
Exactly.
Even harder.
Exactly.
So let's present this bill.
Okay.
That's the first problem, Levita. The second problem is this. When we have a caucus, a lot of people know, like say if the sheriff had to resign, or anyone, I'm not just going to say sheriff, any elected official had to resign, it goes to the caucus. This is a county event, right? It goes to the caucus. Then what happens is, in the caucus, the precinct throughout the county vote on the replacement.
Okay. So anytime there's a vacancy of an unfilled term, then the precinct commitment organization is the organization that fills that vacancy.
Right. So for the first point, the Republicans will benefit if the Democrats don't come out as much.
Exactly.
So they might be able to get some seats. It's
Right.
creative, it's politics, but I want everyone to understand where they're going with this. Now, hey, how you doing? Pastor Culver. How you doing? Okay, I
Hey,
apologize. So let's talk about the makeup, guys. The city of Gary right now has 105 precincts.
105.
105.
105.
Under the legislation that they proposed,
Uh-huh.
it might get massaged, everyone.
Right.
It reduces them by 40.
It reduces them
By
to 240.
240.
To
This
40
takes away
precincts.
65 precincts out of the city of Gary.
Out of the city of Gary alone.
City of Gary. So that's 65 voting members that will vote in the caucus.
Yes.
It's gone. So it's two different things. So you have the Republicans doing their thing, but then you also have the South County saying, hey, this is a chance, Cherville, to get closer and have our vote count just about the same. Even though the population is hugely different, about the same. And we're going to go over the numbers in a second.
And so in Gary right now, 105 precincts.
105 precincts, yes.
But
ma'am.
there are 65 precincts in which there are less than 600 registered voters.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes. And that
Okay.
will reduce Gary by 40. Ladies and gentlemen, this is so huge. Okay. Hammond has 77 precincts. I could be off by
77.
one or two, but they have to reduce by 37.
Okay.
Hammond,
So
the most population in the county.
So what that does then, Hammond has 77 right now. We have 105. We'll be even with Hammond.
We'll be even with Hammond.
40
Now,
and 40.
yes,
Okay.
40 and 40.
All right.
Now, we're going to do both sides of the coin. But for right now, Hammond will have 40.
Okay.
Crown Point.
Crown
Currently,
Point.
they have 30 precincts.
They have 30.
Under this legislation, they will get reduced to 23.
Exactly.
So right now, the gap is from, we use Gary, for example, 105 precincts, and Crown Point has 30. So that's 70-member gap.
75.
75. So in this new version, Gary will have 20. Crown Point will have, Gary have 40. Crown Point will have 23.
A difference of 17.
A difference of 17.
Huge
gap closer. Huge gap closer, man. Huge.
Watch it, guys. Watch
East
it.
Chicago.
This is some slick politics.
Dude, man, I love politics.
I do
And
too.
I'm not mad
Me
when you
either.
make a move.
Me
All I'm
either.
saying is don't do something crazy, they act like you're doing me a favor.
Exactly. Or
we're saving money,
exactly,
Lavita.
we're saving money.
$70,000.
And not only are we saving money, but we're saving time. We're saving judges. We're saving, and what this does, as you stated earlier, we are in the business of making voting easier, not harder.
Oh no, dude.
Government is supposed to, as far as I'm concerned, government is supposed to not look at the bottom line,
Right.
so to speak, but what is the greater good for the greatest number of people. In
Right.
this democracy, voting is our most sacred right.
But it don't matter. We save $90,000 or $80,000, even though we're overspending in some areas $1 million.
Right,
But we
exactly.
saved 80.
Okay. We can take that train and pay for all the elections from here to eternity.
Don't get me talking about the
Okay,
train.
my
Lavita.
bad, my bad.
That train is a different subject. Anyway, eminent domain with the train, but we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
So East Chicago, to get back on point, East Chicago currently have 31.
31.
They have to
Yes.
reduce by 8.
Uh-huh.
That would give them 23 precincts.
Okay.
Okay.
So they'll be even with Crown Point.
They'll be even with Crown
Okay,
Point. But
okay.
they're pretty much even with Crown Point now, because
Okay.
Crown Point got 30, East Chicago got 31, so it's still
Okay, it's
got
just
one.
one.
Right.
Okay.
So that's not the big deal. But, we'll get to sheriff in a second.
Okay.
Griffith currently have 18.
Okay.
They're going to lose 4. That will put them at 14.
Okay.
Maryville currently has 34.
Mm-hmm.
They'll lose 10, put them at 24. So
Wow,
Maryville,
that's
who had
huge.
34, is now 16 votes under Gary.
Wow.
That used to be a gap of 105 to 34. Now,
Wow.
I represent Maryville, and I think it's wrong to eliminate precincts in Maryville as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Maryville right now is the third highest voting total in all Lake County. It's very
Okay.
critical.
Uh-huh.
Maryville is a voting. They come out to vote in Maryville.
Right.
We want to change. We get involved.
Mm-hmm.
Maryville, they come out to vote. Just to be
Okay.
clear, they're the third highest.
Okay.
The third highest. East Chicago is the fourth. All right. So Sherrville.
Watch out now.
Hal Slager.
Watch this. The representative who sponsored the legislation, his town. Go ahead.
loses 3. They lose 3 precincts.
Wait a
Lavita.
minute. You're kidding.
No, they currently have 21.
They got 21.
They lose 3.
They
Guess
lose
what?
3?
Guess what, Lavita?
They got 18.
They got 18.
So how does that line up with Gary? How do they compare to Gary?
Well, what it was 21 votes.
Uh-huh.
Gary had 105.
Right.
Gary was spanking them by 80 votes. So people say, I got to go to Gary and make sure we get this vote. Slager like, I'll fix that. We're gonna make it a little closer. A 19 vote difference. The South, so it's 2 different things. So you have the Republican doing their things, then you have the South saying, hey, this is a
Right,
chance
right.
for us to support something and grab control from the North.
Oh, my.
I understand. Now,
Politics.
they're only doing this in Lake County.
Yeah. Only in Lake County.
Only Lake County.
This is the only county in which this is affected. Now, what they said was the other counties in the state have already done some consolidation. So we're going to take those people up in Lake County who have a Democratic stronghold where African Americans and Latinos vote at the highest percentage rate in the state, and we're going to reduce them down to numbers where we can beat them now. Okay? And so what happens is when we look at the bottom line, Sherrville 21 to 18, Gary 105 down to 40. It's going to make it easy for them to beat us in certain. They don't have to come to Gary anymore to solicit
Look,
our vote.
Even go one step further. Lake County is the Democratic hub of Indiana. I
Yes,
remember
it is.
Governor Mace Daniels
Yes,
said
it is.
that Lake County is the armpit,
Yes, he
armpit
did.
of Indiana.
Yes,
Even
he
though
did.
Lake County
Uh-huh.
is the source that helped build Indianapolis with
Right.
the steel mills and so forth. But
Correct.
we conveniently forgot that. So what we're looking at, like I said, twofold.
Mm-hmm.
The Republicans are saying, hey guys, let's go ahead and damage, just like they did with the right to work.
Right.
They said, we're going to hurt Democrats in general, and we want the Republicans to remain in control.
Uh-huh.
So let's hurt the Democrats.
Right.
To work, the unions.
Mm-hmm.
Attack the unions. We're going to attack the unions, Lavita. Then the next thing we're going to do is attack the Democratic Lake County.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to make it easier, we have a community out south, a lot of Republicans in Cherville now, and in St. John, to make it easier. Hey guys, this is a chance for you to come back and grab some control.
Right.
Let's do that.
Exactly.
We got this. Look, man, they're playing chess.
Yes, they are.
If we don't start playing chess, they're going to run over us.
That's right. That's right.
Now, go ahead. You tell me, how do we fix something like this?
Okay.
Hold up. Guys, again, my number is 219-614-0523. 219-614-0523. Commissioner Ripe or anyone, if you want to call in, chime in, I'll put you on speakerphone, and you can be a part of the discussion, or just anyone.
Absolutely.
Again, it's fine. Anybody can talk about this. So go ahead, Levita. I apologize.
I am a precinct committee person. I was elected in 2014. That was my first elected position. And I have precinct 619, G619. And currently, under this law, my precinct would not be consolidated. I have just over 600. I have 634 registered voters
God
in my
bless America.
precinct. Exactly.
You're fine.
But watch this. In the 6th district, we're going to lose 10 out of the 16 precincts that we have. 10
Can we get
out
the
of
breakdown?
16. Absolutely. Let's do the breakdown.
Okay.
Start from the first.
Okay, the first district currently has 18 precincts.
Yes.
They'll get reduced to 11.
Okay.
Okay, they got you, Miller. They'll reduce you to 11.
No, they're going to lose 11.
They're going to lose 11.
It'll
so they
only
have
be
seven
exactly.
precincts. Oh, I read it wrong.
Exactly.
I apologize. So 7 precincts will remain out of the first.
Exactly. And that's the Miller
Wow.
area. Etna.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. 7 precincts will remain out of the first. But
Yes.
after the numbers, they look like they're doing a lot better than the rest. The second district will only have 4 precincts.
Only 4.
We got you, Gary. Whose move is it? Is this
Who's in the
checkmate?
second district? That's Michael Prothrow's district.
Why we not hearing anything? We're so sitting there and just
Absolutely.
constantly look, man. If we're arguing or if we're fighting for something, if we make agreements, the agreements have to benefit the people you represent.
Absolutely.
So if you come to a common ground, negotiations, Levita, and say, okay, I'll deal with that. Make sure we eating steak after the end of the deal. I don't want to keep eating cookies.
Exactly.
But this isn't, I don't know who's
This is
supporting this on our
ridiculous.
level.
This is absolutely ridiculous.
Anyway, the second district will go down to 4 precincts.
Okay.
4.
Look at the third.
The third. 6 precincts.
It currently has 18.
Currently
We'll be
has
going
18
down to
to
6
6.
precincts.
The 4th was demolished, and they're the number 1 precinct in all of Gary. From 20 down to 9. No. 20
No.
down to 11.
Down to 11.
20 down to 11.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
You got the 5th district down to 6.
Down to 6.
And the 6th district down to 6.
Exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, they talking about in the 1st district, you can only go vote at, unless they combine them.
Uh-huh.
You know, what was that, 7 voting spots?
It'll be 7 voting
Wow.
spots. It'll be 7
So what
voting
about the
spots.
voting spots that's at the elderly homes?
Exactly.
Do you see, Levita, why they trying to systematically say, I'm going to make this as hard as
Right,
possible.
right,
And we're going to
right.
put on the guise of saving money.
Right.
We're going to save $80,000. We're not going to talk about the money that we can save. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. We're not going to talk about the money we can save by
Right.
some of the things we can do in the county. Hey, we go over the budget on the sheriff budget every year. What, $11 million?
Right.
$11 million went over the budget.
Right.
Anyway, we have Michael Ripe, Commissioner Mike Ripe. He just called in and he's running for county chair, Democratic county chair.
Yes.
So I know he has some few things he want to chime in.
Hey, Commissioner.
Hey guys, how are you?
Real good.
Good.
Real good. Can you guys hear the commissioner?
Can you guys hear the commissioner? Just
up.
anyone say, yes, we can. Just give me somebody say, yes, we can hear the commissioner. I'm pretty sure we can. Go ahead, Commissioner. What do you think about...
All right, well, you tell me if you can't hear me. If I need to speak louder, I will. But I want to commend you both for, first of all, the amazing skill and ability to get this word out in the technology in the modern day. It's what we need to do more of, and I appreciate the fact that you all are doing that.
Thank you,
This is
sir.
great.
you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So, I mean, just listening to some of the things that you had talked about, I mean, it's really important that we all understand that this individual is doing it to Lake County only, none of the other counties.
Right.
The other thing is these are typically done at the census time. Why would we do this in the middle of the middle of the year, middle of the bicentennial,
Good
or
point.
the decennial, whatever the heck they call it, the 10-year cycle. We should be doing it in 20,
Right.
not in 16.
Good point. Good point. We gotta look at why that is. I'm gonna write that
What you looking
down.
for, Olivia?
I'm gonna write that
Oh, a
down.
pen? Oh.
Yeah, give me that pen.
That's not the only thing that's unique about this. Of course, Lake County, in any other county, who would select the amount of precincts would be the commissioners, the county commissioners. But of course, over the years, we've been subjected to all this extra legislation and special legislation because apparently, Lake County, we're not good enough. Well, it's time, long since time to fight back a little bit. I appreciate you all bringing it up.
Let me ask you a
Absolutely.
question, Commissioner Repay. I know I was looking at a post, and Commissioner Friend, I mean, you're going to have your other side and say, hey, they think it's a good idea. They think it saves money from people out here. And I know the previous Commissioner, Fran Dupay, if I'm not mistaken, you replaced her, right, sir?
That's right.
Okay, she's for it. Now, how do you feel about that? From
Well,
a commissioner
I
standpoint.
I didn't realize that she was for it, but here's for me, I'm against it, and here's why. If you want to save money, let's allow people to vote online. Let's allow people to vote by mail. When you do an absentee ballot, you have to check off a box. Why?
Yes.
Why can't I vote absentee just because I want to vote absentee?
Right.
In other states, they're way more progressive. If you want to really expand the ability to vote, let's do it that way. And take this nonsense about saving money and throw it away because that ain't the truth. They're about containing the vote population in areas that don't vote for Republicans, and that's just the plain truth. So if we want to do comprehensive voting reform, let's allow more people to vote online. Let's allow more people, or any people to vote online. Let's allow more people to vote by mail, and all those things. Then we could talk about how much we could save money and everything else. But this precinct thing is backwards, I believe.
Absolutely.
Saving money. I mean, we save money by not doing the training. But anyway, that's another issue.
Well, Commissioner Repay, you sent us a lawsuit that is going on in Wisconsin, is it?
Yeah, it's actually been successful already in Wisconsin. The Wisconsin Democratic Party, along with some other outside agencies and groups that were nonprofits that assisted them, they challenged the legislative districts in the state of Wisconsin, how they were drawn. They were gerrymandered for political purposes, and there was a case that went to the Supreme Court that almost had success, and they said, no, you couldn't quite prove that it was gerrymandered for political purposes. Therefore, it wasn't successful. This one, however, made it through. I'm not a lawyer, but it made it through like the local federal circuit or whatever, and it was successful. So the state of Wisconsin now is going to have to redraw their maps,
Okay.
and they're going to have to draw their maps so that everybody's vote counts equally. There's a concept of a wasted vote. Wasted with a WASTED. So, for example, you and I know that there are certain districts in Lake County, democratically strong districts, where a Democrat will win by 85% of the vote.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 20-some% of that vote is essentially quote unquote wasted because they were going to get a Democrat anyways. And so that concept is the one that's used in Wisconsin, and it applies to Indiana. In my opinion, it applies to Indiana. The only thing is we need to have a legal challenge to the Indiana district, so that you wouldn't even end up with a House Lager, because House Lager's map was drawn for him specifically.
Is that
and it
how-
was drawn in a way that will not allow a Democrat to win, and it doesn't even allow a Democrat really to come close.
Commissioner Repay, is that somewhat what happened to Commissioner Shute of the redistrict?
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah, absolutely.
So now we have a Republican in that position, and I don't recall the last time I mean,
in 50 years, it hasn't been a Republican in the commissioner's seat in Lake County, correct?
I'm not sure what the year was, but it was sometime. I don't know if it was 50. It might be 40, but it's been a long time.
Okay.
Well, let me be clear. I like Commissioner Tippy. He's a pretty good guy. I was just saying in terms of the political moves. Now I know we have like an attorney Attorney Walker, Tony Walker. From a legal standpoint, attorney, you can just either call or you can make a comment. But do the voters, because a lot of people are asking right now, do we have any rights to this? Is there anything we can do besides when it's election time, go out to vote? That's why it's so important.
Is what can the voters do? Number one, what voters can do is contact their representatives in the state, especially Harold Slager. Those of you who are concerned about what's going on, make sure that your representatives know where you stand with this. So the Earl Harris Jr.'s, State Senator Lonnie Randolph,
Eddie Milton,
Eddie Milton, absolutely. Who else?
Vernon Smith.
Vernon Smith.
So we
absolutely.
have representatives. But yes, this is, you're absolutely right, Tony Walker. This is voter suppression. And that's why I said this is so huge. I mean, and I'm going to keep talking about the Times, but the Times, I think, is a Republican newspaper, and it's their agenda, as it was for people to degrade Barack Obama to a degree, to when Barack Obama first got in there, the Republicans set it up so he can help go to failure. Heck, at one point in time, Levita, we went and they shut down the government. Am I right, Commissioner?
Yeah, exactly. And I would love, I think what we need to do as Democrats and what the party really needed to do was to take a closer look at this and challenge it, and then get together with people like Tony Walker and other attorneys who have the familiarity and say, look, these are the concepts. Is it legal? Is it not? And if it's not, then how do we fight it? Because waiting for them to somehow see the light and allow us our full rights is silly. We got to fight for them. Just like, you know, it's fortuitous that this happens on the weekend where we're celebrating the life of Martin Luther King, because that's it. It's a fight. It's the same darn stuff. They keep trying, but we got to keep fighting. Otherwise, we'll never get it.
Absolutely.
Councilwoman and Commissioner Ron Jones said, great idea. Let us vote online. We must move with the times. This new technology is here to stay. Let us put it to use. And that's a good point. What we're doing right now, never been done before. We wait to do forms, and then we'll do the form at 12 o'clock when people are at work. We'll do the form, Levita, whenever it's convenient, because we want to say we did the form. Or we do the form 2 days before they do the vote.
Right.
You know, just to do the form to tell us what's on the docket. Now's the time. Now's the time to know about what's on the agenda, so we can call our representatives and say, what can you do? Make some deals. That's what we got you down there. Bipartisan.
Absolutely.
I mean,
and I
need a negotiator.
I don't think anybody's really done this early. No. We've gotten different pieces of mail outs from our representatives that ask us, what is it that we care about? But the bills have already been submitted. The timeline for the submission of the bills was this past week. And so if we want to come in on the discussion, now is the time to come in on the discussion before it's sent to committee, before they take a vote on it,
right.
before July 1, when it is then in effect.
Yes.
And we're sitting back like, wait a minute, what happened? How come nobody told us about this? Okay.
Well, Attorney Walker did comment. He said he's not an election attorney, but there are some legal actions that can happen. I mean, the worst the courts can do is deny it. And that's true. You know, if you don't try, you don't try.
Absolutely.
That's what Attorney Walker said, Commissioner Repay.
Legal challenge.
But before we go on to our next topic, is there anything you want to say, Commissioner?
No, I just want to, again, thank you both for allowing this to happen this way, because it really is neat. And I'll tell you that I'm simultaneously watching you because I've got it on the big screen, so I'm able to see Attorney Walker's comments and everything else.
Oh,
it's
awesome.
really neat, and so it's an amazing venue, and keep it up. It's really neat.
I didn't sleep well last night, so I probably got bags in my eyes. Levita, oh my God.
We're doing
on a
this
big
at 3
screen,
o'clock
for
in
real.
the morning. We're doing this at 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning, and we're like, hey, guess what? This is what happened. Are you kidding me?
Have a good one.
All right,
Take
Commissioner.
care, Commissioner.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, Dayon. Nancy, I see you.
So,
Okay.
Again, the number is 219-614-0523. Feel free if you want to call and get a part of this. But look, guys, by no means is this the only thing that's on the agenda.
Yeah.
This year, we have so many bills that's on their agenda that's specifically for Lake County, Indiana.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lake County,
Absolutely.
Indiana. And
I'm going to read this next one. House Bill 1286, Regional Development Authorities. Initially, I think we thought that this was going to affect our RDA, but it looks like that it doesn't. Provides that in the case of a regional development authority established after June 30th, 2017, we already have ours.
right.
Okay, so
Right.
it doesn't affect us. But in those cases, the ordinances establishing the regional development authority must include one of the following provisions concerning the RDA's exercise of the power of eminent domain. That the regional development authority has the authority to exercise the power of eminent domain, and so on and so forth. But those are RDAs that are established after June 30th, 2017. So it doesn't affect us right now, so we can go on to the next one. How about
Okay,
that?
okay.
This other one, and we're going to talk about this one just for a short period of time, and this one is huge, guys.
Oh, wow. This is the one.
This one is huge. Okay, House Bill 1232, elimination of township boards, specifies that in the case of a township board for which the members were elected in 2014, the township board is abolished on January 1, 2019.
Say that again.
In the case of a township board for which the members were elected in 2014,
Okay.
the township board is abolished on January 1, 2019. So those folks who got elected in 2014,
They can finish their term.
they can finish their term.
But nobody else.
Nobody else.
It's done.
It's done. In the case of a township board for which the members were elected in 2016, the township board is abolished January 1, 2021. Specifies that after a township board is abolished, the county fiscal body is the fiscal body and legislative body of each township in the county.
So if I have the honor, if I run again for my position or run for something different, but if I have the honor to be a county councilman again,
Yes.
that would be something that I'm over, huh?
Exactly.
Okay.
The county council, which is the county's fiscal body, will be over the township. So Calumet Township right now, the trustee is Kimberly Robinson. The board members are Darren Washington, Clorius Lay, and Mary Ann Reedus.
Yes.
Okay? And so they were all elected in 2014. They would finish out their term, and then there would be no more Calumet Township Board. They've been trying to do this for a while.
Yes, they have, and it hasn't passed to this point. I'm hearing that this has a lot of legs. Now, to be clear, this doesn't affect the trustee.
No, it does not affect the trustee,
Okay,
just the township, the township board. So
Why do you think
Calumet
they doing
Township,
that?
North Township. You know, I have no idea because what ends up happening, as far as I'm concerned, is that layer of bureaucracy is eliminated, but as far as local control, okay, just in the township, that local control. This is a very tough situation because in Lake County we have Calumet Township, we've got North Township, we've got Ross Township, and we're talking about poor people. And I guess they're trying to eliminate those salaries for the township board. But
We have some issues. Rebecca Crumbs, she's a councilwoman, Levita, from Anderson, and she made a comment, because this will affect her too.
yes,
The
yes.
elimination of township boards, that's House Bill 1232.
Yes.
House Bill 1232, that should affect you as well.
And it's sponsored by C. Zimke, and I have no idea where C. Zimke is from.
There's a lot of things going on, ladies
Okay.
and gentlemen.
All right. I think that's the last one that we need to talk about.
You know, there's other stuff that I just want people to get aware of. I think the groundwork for the school system is they laying the groundwork right now with legislation to be able to have mergers of the school districts going through referendums, and you only need 20% of the vote.
Right.
So, like, we just had a referendum. It failed because it was like 49%. This one, you only need 20% of the vote. I think they laying the groundwork. So, like, Lake Station and Gary and the other surrounding communities. I mean, that bill is for Gary, once again.
It's
for Gary.
definitely for Gary. And, you know, anytime a situation arises in which you have the political will, oftentimes the party that's not in power gets the short end of the stick.
Yeah.
Okay. And so it's like when someone is down, you just want to kick them in the leg again or kick them in the neck, and it's difficult to get people to get on board and to get active and to get involved. But we need you guys to get involved.
Joy Culver, I just want to say, hey, and I'm so happy you're doing better.
Hey, yes, absolutely. We are so glad that you were doing better.
Yeah, that means a lot. That means a lot. Got
absolutely.
that post just to pray.
Absolutely.
And just wanted to pray.
Yeah.
And one final thing, Lavita, I want to talk about is the eminent domain for the railroads.
Oh, yeah.
So there's
absolutely.
legislation in place right now for eminent domain.
Yeah.
So Peach Train is going to have eminent
Train.
domain. If I'm reading this correctly, if I'm wrong, somebody let me know. But Munster, they're coming, and they're saying there's nothing you can do about it. I know there's a lot of residents that in Munster that do not want this, and you know how I feel about it, right?
Absolutely.
Because I just don't think it's a good idea.
Right.
But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we should probably end it on a note of, hey guys.
Well, let me speak. Let me speak on that for a second, because I have never been an advocate for the train. I've been an opponent for Peach Train because the city of Gary does not benefit. We're not getting on a train that's going from Munster to Hammond. That's not going to happen. And so the money that we're pouring into these projects, we're always giving. The city of Gary is always giving. Like you said last time, we've given through the steel mills, we've given through the casino boats, and now we've got to give money from our seeded money that is we're not going to benefit at all. And so with that, go ahead, say your last.
Gary has been thinking regional for a long time. The times will
Absolutely.
make you feel like, hey guys, this is what needs to
Absolutely.
happen. But I'm telling you, the Times Republican newspaper, they would try to blast anyone that has a different idea than their agenda.
Right.
They blasted Tom McDermott, Mayor Tom McDermott in Hammond when he was against the train.
Right.
Blasted him every chance they got.
they did.
And Tom
They
just
did.
talked about that on his radio show.
He did.
And all of a sudden he's for it, and they're fine again. That's one of the most political, corrupt newspapers I know about. So, granted, I'm probably gonna have an article about me on Monday
It's
or Tuesday,
okay.
or it's okay because this is not gonna stop us, Lavita,
No, it's
from
not.
getting people informed.
Absolutely.
I think once we get people informed, we can make an informed decision and hold the right people accountable. Right now, I think the Democratic Party is under attack. Now, you know, I criticize our Democratic process, our Democrats out here quite a bit. But this is the time I think we all come together and we say, whoa, 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 what are
Exactly.
you trying to do and how can we stop it?
Exactly.
To Sheriff Bunce's credit, he took them to court. We have a caller. He took them to court and he was able to. The way he stopped it was they ruled in favor of the Senate, or the state, I should say. But it was too late for it to go through.
Right.
So now they're bringing it back through. So with that being said, he did a good job. I got to tell you.
Yeah.
This is not, man, everything I do, Lavita, is never personal.
Absolutely.
This is business.
It's business.
And
it's
he
politics.
did a really good job.
It's the greatest good for the greatest number of people. The greater good for the greatest number of
Yes.
people. The utilitarian principle, actually. Okay, we have a caller?
No, actually, the caller hung up.
Oh.
Could have just been a friend of mine. I was like,
Okay.
I don't want to be a caller. So, with that being
Okay,
said,
guys.
get informed like you're doing now. There's a lot more legislation, guys. Get informed. There's so
informed
many things on there.
And get involved.
The school districts now have legislation to get some TIF money.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
So,
District money.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not saying I'm totally against TIF because I think it's situational. But this is a way to say, hey, let's keep going it and make it a little bit more appealing. So
Right.
that's a good one. To me, that's a good one.
Absolutely.
It's helping the school districts, even though they want to break them down.
Okay.
And last but not least, Levita,
Okay.
the open door law.
Okay. Yeah, let's talk about the open door law. We got to do this, and we're trying to keep our broadcast as short as possible. Oh, hey, we got a caller.
We got a caller, Ronald Jones. How you doing, sir?
Yeah, hey, how you doing, Councilman? Both of you.
Doing
Hey,
great.
yeah,
How are
I
you?
just want to, I would like to know Kimberly Robinson feeling on the elimination. What type of impact would that have on her office? I would like to hear her comments on that because we trust her. She's one of ours.
Okay.
And
Yes, sir.
also dealing with the railroad, South Shore. I don't have a problem with expansion. Airport, as long as you bring it to Gary, just
Right.
run it to Gary Airport. Then I
Right.
would be all for it.
Okay.
Give us something too.
And
Yeah,
that,
so that's my opinion on that.
Okay.
Mr.
all right.
Jones, you're absolutely right. And that's what I
Yeah.
said. If you're negotiating, Mr. Jones, right? We want to make sure we eat steak at the end of the negotiations. You know, when I became vice president, you know, when I had to work the numbers, that's all negotiating, right? To make sure I put myself in the best position as possible to help my constituents, to let everyone know I still have a voice. And with that being said, you have to negotiate. So to his point, I could probably swallow the train a whole lot more if
Look,
they gave us some things.
If the South Shore were to go through the airport, then I would be all for it. But if
That's right.
my constituents aren't getting anything for the $300,000 that we will be putting into that pot
And
for
the
the
seated.
next 30 years,
And the seated.
okay?
The
For the
percentage
next
seated.
30 years, then I don't want any parts of it.
That's okay. You kind of cutting out.
Okay.
Okay, but you're exactly right
Yes,
and
sir.
everything. And one of the things too, my last comment, the fact that wait a minute, I think I'm messing up here.
No, it's okay. You got to echo.
Okay, you get feedback.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I appreciate what you guys are doing. This is very important. This is the new technology.
Yes.
It's not going to go away. And I hope some of the other councilors do the same thing to keep us informed.
Yes,
This
sir.
is the start. You guys are the pioneers. Keep it up. Great job that you're doing.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr.
Okay,
Jones. Levita,
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
that goes back to open door law.
Open door law. Open door law. And the open door law, did you have that? I don't have it pulled
No,
up.
it's okay.
But basically, what it says is,
The open door law gives us the right. Any meeting that's open to the public that they discussing city or municipal business or anything, they have their right to come in and to view and record. That's the thing. View
Exactly.
and record. I've been hearing in the public, Levita, that some people are mad because you Facebook Live during the council.
whoa.
Yes, you know.
Do I stop?
You don't stop.
Why
See,
not?
Because it's in our right. The law says we can view and record. But look, if you put light on things and they don't want the light on it, they're gonna like if you got a mark on your face, like right now, I was talking about my eyes. In the dark, you don't see that.
That's right.
But the moment I put that light on,
That's
you see
right.
all my flaws.
Well, that's what happens.
and
That's
stuff
what
like
happens.
that.
Anything done in darkness, when the light comes in, then they want to shy away. It's like when, folk who got roaches, and you turn the light on, the roaches
You did
roaches
not just
scatter.
go there, did
Yes,
you?
I did. I did. And
I
that's
remember
what
those
happens.
days.
And so when we come in and we say we want to be as open and transparent as possible in government, this is one of those things. If you don't have anything to hide, you won't have a problem with everybody seeing what you're doing. And voters have the right to see everything that we're doing.
And also, guys, even if they have a sign that says no recording devices in the office, guess what?
Okay.
By law, talk to the attorneys, and you can tell me, Attorney Tony Walker, you're gonna have to move your meeting agenda because
Okay.
I have that right to record.
You have the right. And that's just like, when during the civil rights era, when all of the protests and the demonstrations were going on, there was this thing called civil disobedience. And they walked in, they marched, they demonstrated, but they knew the law. Okay? They knew the law. And this is where we, as elected officials, have got to know what our rights are. We, as voters, have got to know what our rights are.
in Hammond, the Maritime put this on a Facebook page, but in Hammond, they just had a city council meeting.
Uh-huh.
They disagreed and it was yelling, but guess what? They followed Robert Rules of Order. When the president, Christine Vasquez, said she accused herself and sat down and let somebody else replace her so she can make a motion.
She did what?
Yes, she said, let me get down so I can make a motion.
She did what?
Exactly. So once she got down, since it was already in motion, Robert Rules of Order states you have to sit until the motion goes through.
The president cannot make a motion. The president must recuse themselves and allow the vice president to take that seat to do a motion if they want to get involved in the conversation.
Exactly. So what happened was Vasquez tried to get up to go sit back down, and they gave a point of order. I think it was Anthony Higgs and someone else saying, you can't do that, point of order. And she said, you sure? He said, yeah, no argument or nothing.
Right.
President Vasquez said, all right. Vanez, I think I'm saying her name wrong. She sat down and said, all right. But the point is,
They follow
okay. They follow the rules. You don't just make up something as you go because it fits you. But the call-in number is, and we only got about 5 minutes left, the call-in number is 219-614-0523, Mr. Fields. So 219-614-0523. Levita, we're going to try to do our best. And the enemy is going to try to distort the truth, try to confuse you with different issues, but we must stay vigilant, informed, and what my new saying is, keep standing.
Okay.
No matter what, keep standing.
Absolutely.
And as you keep standing, I want you to knock that mountain down, even if it's a mountain in front of you. But above all else, keep standing. Got one last caller. Good afternoon. How are you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good. Mr. Fields?
Yes, sir. Just saying congratulations on you becoming vice president.
Thank you, sir.
And thank you, Councilwoman Wade, for going live, and Councilman for going live so we can stay informed on what's going on.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you, caller.
And
Deon, you changed the game yourself. I think he was the first president of the Gary Youth Council. Am I correct, sir?
Yes, sir.
And that's actually an initiative that you brought to the table. Am I right?
Absolutely, sir.
You know, you talking about a pioneer. Thank you.
Absolutely.
What do you think, Levita?
Young fella, 18, 19 years old, who is doing things positive for the city of Gary.
Right. Don't run against me, Deon. I'm joking.
I know, right?
But yes, you're very good, and I'm happy to have you part of our team with the Democrats to help make a change. Thank you, sir.
All right, no problem.
Okay, bye-bye.
So, last comments, and we can get off of here. What do you think, Levita?
All right. Basically, once again, I just like for the people to get involved and get informed. We have a lot of legislation that is affecting Lake County and Gary specifically with this new Indiana Assembly, and we would hope that our voters not only contact their legislators, but also that our leaders in Lake County, that we will begin to organize. Maybe we can send down a faction, go down there in busloads, and make sure that we in the county of Lake are represented.
Levita, if I poke you, that won't hurt. But if I punch you with 5 fingers, it hurt. Being a unit means so much more.
Absolutely.
Being organized, to get together and say, hey, we oppose that. Now, go down there, even if we fail. Yes, one more caller, then that's all. But even if we fail, at least we tried.
Absolutely.
Remember the circuit breaker attack?
Yeah.
Circuit breaker?
Yeah, definitely.
No, that's part of the reason why, that hurt the
Absolutely. 1%,
city of Gary
2%, and 3% tax cap that they made a constitutional amendment, and now the taxes that we used to have, we don't have anymore, and that's why we're in this situation that we are in. That's part of the reason why we are in the situation that we're in.
Right now, I got a semi-truce with our fellow Democrats. I think right now we all should come together and strategize to see what can we do to stop this voter suppression.
Absolutely.
Come together, because divided we are, they would systematically take us apart.
United we stand, divided we fall.
put all the differences aside, the city council, the county council, the sheriff, everything. Right now, we're under attack.
That's right.
So
Absolutely.
either we sit there and fight one or we fight united. I think
right.
that's what we want to do. But one last call to Sean, 219-614-0523. And then that'll be all until next time as well. But give to Sean a second to call us because you know I have a delay too.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it has a delay.
Okay, and again, we thank everyone for tuning in. We've had a pretty lively discussion. It is incumbent upon us as leaders in the community to become aware and to let you all know what is going on. And to Sean, if you're not going to call in, let us know. Because we got some dead time here.
Yeah.
That we're
Well,
getting ready
actually,
to stretch it out.
Tashawn, I'll make sure that we let you know next time we do it.
Absolutely.
But we need to go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you, everyone, for watching.
Okay.
This has been fun.
Yes,
Lavita,
it has.
you're amazing.
All right. So are
Thank
you,
you.
sir.
All right. Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.